What really happened in Roswell, New Mexico, back in the summer of 1947? A flying saucer, an alien spacecraft, or something far more ordinary? For over 70 years, this single event has fueled a global fascination with UFOs and extraterrestrial life. But what's the real story? Today, we're diving deep into the mystery, separating fact from fiction, and exploring one of the most famous unexplained events in modern history. It all started in early July 1947. A rancher named W. Mac Brazel discovered a field of strange debris on his property outside of Roswell. The material was unlike anything he'd ever seen. Lightweight metallic sticks, unusual foil-like material that remembered its shape when crumpled, and strange plastics. He reported his find to the local sheriff, who then contacted Roswell Army Airfield. This is where things get interesting. On July 8th, the base's public information officer issued a press release that would change everything. The headline was sensational. RAAF captures flying saucer on ranch in Roswell region. The story was picked up by newspapers across the country. For a brief moment, it seemed the world was on the verge of a monumental discovery. But just as quickly as the story broke, it was retracted. The very next day, the military held a press conference. They presented debris to reporters, explaining that the mysterious object was nothing more than a common weather balloon. The initial flying saucer story was dismissed as a simple mistake. General Roger Ramey posed for photos with the debris, which looked like tattered rubber and balsa with sticks, a far cry from the exotic materials Mac Brazel described. For a while, that was the end of it. The Roswell Incident faded from public memory, just another bizarre headline in a post-war world, but the story wouldn't stay buried. Decades later, in the late 1970s, key witnesses began to come forward, reigniting the controversy. Jesse Marcel, the intelligence officer who was first sent to investigate the crash site, went public. In interviews, he insisted that the material he handled was not from this world. He described incredibly strong, lightweight I-beams with strange hieroglyphic-like markings on them, and a metallic foil that couldn't be dented with a sledgehammer. His testimony was a bombshell, directly contradicting the official weather balloon story he had been part of. Marcel wasn't alone. Soon, others who were there in 1947 started sharing their stories. Some claim to have seen not just the wreckage, but also the occupants of the craft. Glenn Dennis, a local mortician, alleged he received a call from the airbase asking about small, child-sized caskets and how to preserve bodies that had been exposed to the elements. He also claimed to have spoken with a nurse at the base who described seeing small, non-human bodies with large heads and big eyes being autopsied. These first-hand accounts painted a picture of a massive military cover-up. The theory was that a genuine alien spacecraft had crashed, and the government had gone to extraordinary lengths to hide the truth from the public, silencing witnesses and creating the weather balloon story as a plausible cover. The idea of alien bodies being recovered and stored in a secret location, possibly the infamous Area 51, became a cornerstone of modern UFO lore. As public pressure mounted, the U.S. Air Force decided to revisit the case. In the mid-1990s, they released detailed reports. The first, titled the Roswell Report, Fact versus Fiction in the New Mexico Desert, offered a new explanation. They admitted it wasn't a standard weather balloon. Instead, they claimed the debris was from a top-secret high-altitude surveillance program called Project Mogul. Project Mogul used massive trains of balloons equipped with sensitive microphones to monitor the atmosphere for sound waves from Soviet nuclear bomb tests. The materials used in these balloon arrays, radar reflectors made of foil and balsa wood, and strong polyethylene plastics, matched some of the descriptions of the debris found by Brazel. The Air Force argued that the strange hieroglyphics Jesse Marcel mentioned were likely just the manufacturer estate with flower-like symbols on it. Project Mogul was highly classified at the time, which would explain the military's initial secrecy and rapid retraction of the flying saucer story. They couldn't reveal their secret Cold War surveillance methods. This explanation addressed the debris, but what about the bodies? The Second Air Force report, the Roswell Report, case closed, tackled this head-on. The report suggested that the alien body stories were a conflation of memories from different events. They pointed to incidents in the 1950s involving high-altitude parachute tests with anthropomorphic dummies, some of which were dropped near Roswell. The report theorized that over the decades, people's memories of seeing these crash test dummies became entangled with the 1947 balloon crash, creating a false memory of alien bodies. Of course, UFO researchers and believers were far from satisfied. They pointed out inconsistencies in the Air Force's reports. For example, why would experienced military personnel mistake balloon debris for a flying saucer in the first place? And how could witnesses confuse a 1947 event with dummy drops that happened years later? They argue that the Project Mogul story is just another layer of the cover-up, a more plausible lie to replace the flimsy weather balloon excuse. Beyond the official story and the classic alien crash theory, other alternative explanations have also emerged. Some suggest the craft was an experimental Nazi-era aircraft, like the Horten Ho 229, a flying wing design that some captured German scientists might have been working on for the US after the war. Others propose it was a secret Soviet craft, or even a time-traveling vehicle from our own future. Each theory tries to reconcile the strange debris and the massive military response without invoking extraterrestrials. So, where does that leave us? On one hand, you have the official explanation, a classified military balloon project, its discovery leading to a necessary cover story that spiraled out of control, with witness memories becoming distorted and embellished over time. It's a logical, grounded explanation that accounts for many of the key facts. On the other hand, you have a compelling web of witness testimony from credible individuals describing otherworldly materials and non-human entities. For believers, the shifting official stories, from weather balloon to Project Mogul, are proof of a cover-up, not a clarification. They see a government determined to hide a truth that would change humanity forever. The Roswell Incident's cultural impact is undeniable. It transformed Roswell from a sleepy desert town into the UFO capital of the world, drawing tourists and researchers every year. It has inspired countless books, movies, and TV shows, from The X-Files to Independence Day. The image of the Roswell gray alien, with its large head, slender body, and big black eyes, has become the universal symbol for extraterrestrial visitors. In the end, the Roswell Incident remains a powerful modern myth. It is a story that speaks to our deepest questions about our place in the universe and our relationship with authority. Was it a crashed weather balloon? A top-secret spy device? Or was it our first, and perhaps most secret, contact with a life form from another world? After more than 75 years, we still don't have a definitive answer. The physical evidence is long gone, and most of the original witnesses have passed away, taking their secrets with them. The truth, whatever it may be, remains buried in the New Mexico desert, leaving Roswell as the ultimate symbol of the enduring mystery of the unknown. What do you believe happened? Let me know your theory in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and if you enjoy exploring the world's greatest mysteries, make sure to like this video and subscribe to the channel for more. We'll see you in the next one.